Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner is now distancing himself from old social media posts that criticize police and rural white Americans.
The Reddit posts have since been deleted, and today the political newcomer is speaking out about them. Connor Clement joins us now in studio. So Connor, you spoke with Plattner this afternoon. What did he have to say?
Yeah, Kathleen and Megan, Plattner confirmed, telling me today he made these comments on Reddit back in 2020 and in 2021, but claims they no longer reflect who he is today. One of the now deleted comments came in response to a thread about people becoming more conservative with age. Plattner wrote, "I got older and became a communist." Some of his posts criticized law enforcement. When another user posted, "Cops are bastards," Plattner replied, "All of them, in fact." In a separate thread where a commenter suggested white people aren't as racist or ignorant as President Trump believes, Plattner responded, "Living in white rural America, I'm afraid to tell you, they actually are." He told me today those comments were made during a confusing time in his life, describing himself then as frustrated and angry, and claims he was just trying to get a rise out of people online.
I know I said stupid stuff, and I'm not happy about that. And I know I used words that are like things that I would never say today. But I was also very much in a place where I wasn't really thinking through. I certainly wasn't intending on ever running for U.S. Senate. So it's not like I was sitting around being like, oh, I should not have, not say this. I was just trying to find an outlet. And I don't know how to say this without it sounding really stupid, but getting in dumb internet fights was an outlet.
Governor Janet Mills, who is one of the other candidates in the Democratic primary, reacting to his comments today at a campaign event in Freeport.
I haven't read the report. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it. But obviously, I would strongly disagree with those comments.
Now, Governor Mills wasn't the only one to respond to Plattner's comments. Maine Speaker of the House Ryan Fecteau posting on Facebook this afternoon saying Graham deleted these comments before launching his U.S. Senate bid because they were considered a liability. It's on us as primary voters to determine how much or how little we care about this liability. He tried to avoid anyone knowing about. A lot to unpack there, guys.
Yeah, it really is. And Connor, we know these comments gaining national attention. It's not just people in the state talking about it. CNN has been reporting on it. Did Plattner say whether he thinks this will have an effect on the campaign?
He did. He said he doesn't believe it will have an effect on his Senate campaign. He said he hopes the voters will see these as old internet comments and focus instead on the policies that he's running on.
Okay, much more to come, I'm sure, on this story. Connor, thank you.